The person I chose to interview was my grandpa William Rhodes, or as my family calls him, Pawpaw. One of the reasons I chose to interview my grandpa is because of how he has shaped my life. We are very close with my mom's parents. He's been there for me in everything I do, being a role model, encourager, and a better grandparent that I could have ever asked for. I'm so thankful for this man and the person that he is today. The first thing that happened to most influence his life was marrying my grandma on April 5th of 1963. Growing up, my grandparents lived in the same town of Oakdale, Louisiana, living only 3 blocks away from each other. As my grandpa said, they ran in different crowds but became closer when they both discovered that he was going to college in the same town that my grandma was in business school. He attended University of Southwestern Louisiana in Lafayette, Louisiana, for a bachelor's degree in math and physics and a minor in computer science and geography. Their first date was going to the Mardi Gras Ball in 1961. My grandpa was 15 years old and my grandma was 13. The second thing that happened to shape who my grandpa is today was deciding to join the military on August 2nd of 1961. He'd been in college for 3 years at this point as a physics major when he decided that the Lord was calling him to take a different path. This path was joining the military. He was sent to New Orleans to take multiple tests in order to determine where he was best skilled. My grandpa made the highest scores ever on these tests. He even made the newspaper for making the scores that he did. This gave him the opportunity to choose where he wanted to work in the military. Since he was a physics major, he gravitated towards nuclear weapons and became a military occupations nuclear weapons electrician specialist. My grandpa went to another electronics school in New Jersey for 6 months before he graduated and was sent to Albuquerque, New Mexico in February of 1962. Here, he went to a nuclear weapons school for electronic works. Getting out 6 months later, he was then assigned to a facility in Albuquerque that stockpiled all of the nuclear weapons for the United States. Every 3 months, he took a 3-week leave in order to come back and see my grandma. They continued dating, and after receiving the blessing of their marriage from her parents, my grandparents packed up all of their stuff and moved to New Mexico to start their life together. After working in the military for the following 2 years, my grandpa retired from the military to re-enlist in college and pick up where he had left off. Graduating in May of 1967, he was offered a high-title job for the Mobil Oil Company in Dallas, Texas, where my grandma and him settled down. It's easy to say that my grandpa is a very smart man, but he is so much more than that to the family that surrounds him. His unconditional love for others shines wherever he goes, and these 2 parts of his life make him who he is today. Papa, you are one of the biggest blessings in my life. I love you so much.